Good evening everyone. I hope you all are doing good. So I never thought कि मैं कभी YouTubing करूँगा but let's see. चलो starting with the lecture. So today we'll be dealing with tillage. So starting with the presentation. What is tillage? We all know that tillage is the mechanical manipulation of soil for favorable crop production. So it is the definition of tillage. It is a mechanical manipulation of soil to provide favorable condition for crop production. So tillage में आखिर होता क्या है? So tillage consists of breaking the compact surface of earth to certain depth and to loosen the soil mass so as to enable the roots of the crop to penetrate and spread into the soil. Tillage may be called as the practice of modifying the state of soil to provide favorable conditions for plant growth. Tillage operation is most labor consuming and difficult operation when we consider other operation in the crop production such as harvesting, fertilizing, seeding. So crop production requires a number of operations like seed preparation, seeding, fertilizing, spraying, dusting, irrigation, harvesting and threshing. Tillage implements. According to the source of power use, tillage implements may be classified as hand operated tools such as sickle, animal drawn implements such as indigenous plow, animal drawn indigenous plow, tractor drawn or mounted implements, seed drill, hand operated tools. These can be classified as handle type hand operated tools and wheel type hand operated tools. In handle type hand operated tools, examples are spade, shovels, hand hoes, narrow spade, and wheel type hand operated tool. It may be wheel hose. Animal drawn implements. This may be a walking type or riding type. Walking type में क्या होता है? The operator has to walk behind the implement, and riding type में क्या होता है? There is a provision of seat on the implement so that operator can sit on the implement while in the operation. So in walking type, generally operator has to walk about 64 km to plow 1 hectare of land. Riding type के example हैं sulky and gang plows are riding type animal drawn implements. So what are tractor drawn implements? Tractor drawn implements may be classified as trailed implement, semi mounted implements and mounted implements. So what is the basic difference between three uh, three of these tractor drawn implement? In trailed implement is the one that is attached to the tractor drawbar by a pin joint. The main body of the implement is supported on the ground. For example, trolley. Trolley is trail type implement, and semi mounted implement is the one that is rigidly attached to the tractor and has a wheel or wheels to support part of its weight. As you can see in the figure, this is the plow which is provided with the ground wheel for partial support to weight of that particular implement. Then in mounted type implement is the one that is attached to the tractor as an integral part. So whole of its weight is supported by tractor itself. This can be hydraulically controlled. What are the objectives of tillage? To obtain deep seed bed suitable for different types of crop, to add more humus and fertility to soil by covering the vegetation, then to destroy and prevent the weeds, to aerate the soil for proper growth of the crop, to increase the water absorbing capacity of the soil, to destroy the insects, pests and their breeding places. As we know that कि जब हम टिलेज करते हैं तो क्या होता है, सॉइल इन्वर्जन होता है. व्हाट इज सॉइल इन्वर्जन? द लोअर लेयर ऑफ द सॉइल कम्स अपवर्ड, मतलब जो निचले वाली लेयर होती है सॉइल की वो ऊपर आ जाती है और ऊपर की लेयर नीचे. सो ऐसा मिक्सअप होता है सॉइल का, तो क्या होगा, जो भी इंसेक्ट्स और पेस्ट के ब्रीडिंग प्लेसेस होंगे, उनके हैबिटेट होंगे, वो एक्सपोज हो जाएंगे फॉर टू द सन्स हीट and to reduce the soil erosion. Classification of tillage. The tillage can be classified as primary tillage and the secondary tillage. So what is primary tillage? As we know that जब हम previous crop के harvesting करते हैं, उसके तुरंत बाद जो भी हम soil manipulation करते हैं, mechanical manipulation, that is primary tillage. So it constitutes the initial major soil working operation. It is normally designed to reduce the soil strength, cover the plant material and to rearrange the aggregate. जो भी hard compact surface होती है soil की, वो primary tillage से क्या होती है, break down हो जाती है. The operation is performed to open up any cultivable land with a view to prepare a seed bed for growing crops, which is known as primary tillage. Implements may be tractor drawn or animal drawn. Animal drawn implements mostly includes the indigenous plow or MB plow. Tractor drawn implements includes the MB plow, disc plow, subsoil plow, which is also called as subsoiler, chisel plow, and other similar implements. So as you can see in the figure, this is the MB plow, chisel plow, disc plow, and the subsoiler. Secondary plow, secondary tillage. So this tillage operation following the primary tillage, मतलब primary tillage के बाद जो भी soil manipulation operations होंगे, they are considered as secondary tillage, which are performed to create proper soil tilth for seeding and planting are known as secondary tillage. The implements which are used for secondary tillage are rotary tiller, disc harrows, spring tooth harrows. These are lighter and finer operation performed on the soil after primary tillage operations. Secondary tillage consists of conditioning the soil to meet the different tillage objectives in the farm. Secondary tillage. The implements used for the secondary tillage operations are known as secondary tillage implements. Example: harrow, cultivators, levelers, clod crushers, and similar implements. This is the figure for clod crushers. This is soil levelers. Commercially, there are also laser guided levelers are available for more precise working. Secondary tillage operations do not cause much soil inversion and shifting of the soil from one place to other. This operation consumes less power per unit area compared to the primary tillage operations. Main objectives of the secondary tillage operations are to pulverize the soil of the seed bed in the field, to destroy grasses and weeds in the field, to cut the crop residues and mix them with the top soil of the field, to break the big clods and to make the field surface uniform and leveled. Types of tillage. So, tillage also can be categorized as minimum tillage, stripe tillage, rotary tillage, mulch tillage, and combined tillage. Minimum tillage is the minimum soil manipulation necessary to meet tillage requirements for crop production. Strip tillage, it is the tillage system in which only isolated bands of soils are tilled. Rotary tillage, it is the tillage operations employing the rotary action to cut, break, and mix the soil. Mulch tillage, it is the preparation of soil in such a way that plant residues or other mulching material are specially left on or near the surface. मतलब जो भी previous crop होगा उसके जो भी crop residues होंगे, they are kept lying on the surface of the soil. Then combined tillage. The operations such as minimum site, rotary or mulch tillage can be combined together. So what is difference between tool, implement and machine? Tool, it is an individual working element such as disc or shovel, जिसमें एक ही working element होता है. Implement, it is an equipment generally having no driven or moving parts such as harrow or having simple mechanisms such as plow. Machine, it is the combination of rigid or resistant bodies having a definite motion and capable of performing useful work. What is plow? The main implement for primary tillage is plow, used for plowing operations. Plowing is the primary tillage operations which is performed to cut, break and invert the soil partially or completely. Plowing essentially means opening the upper crust of the soil, breaking the clods and making the soil suitable for sowing seeds. The purpose of plowing can be summarized as to obtain deep seed bed for good texture, to increase the water holding capacity of the soil, to improve the soil aeration, to destroy weeds and grasses, to destroy insects and pests, to prevent soil erosion, and to add the fertility to soil by covering vegetation. So, plowing can be categorized as normal plowing and counter plowing. Normal plowing is up to the depth of about 15 centimeter, and counter plowing, as we know that water counters are imaginary lines joining the same elevation points. So जब सरफेस स्लोपी होती है, जो फील्ड स्लोपी होती है, तो उस पे हम काउंटर प्लोइंग करते हैं. इट इज़ द मेथड ऑफ प्लोइंग इन विच द सॉइल इज ब्रोकन एंड टर्न along the contours. Type of plow, there are different type of plow such as indigenous plow, MB plow, which is also called as board plow, then disc plow, chisel plow, subsoiler, rotary plow. So in the next lecture we'll talk about indigenous plow and MB plow. See you later.